Universal Outreach is a unique foundation because it's a small foundation. We're able to make big changes through a few key factors. One being that we have no administrative costs. 100% of the money donated goes to the cause. As well, we have a matching program where it's $1 for $1. We'll put in $1 of our personal funds to $1 of everyone else's funds. The focus of Universal Outreach is children and education, to help the poorest of the poor, the most destitute children around the world, and try to give them that hand up that they need to be productive citizens of their society. The fundraising that we've done to date has been focused mostly in Honduras. We've built 6 separate buildings that are housing orphan boys. There's a technical school, an elementary school, and also a farm school. The successes that we've had in Honduras are successes that we want to try to emulate throughout the projects that we do. I've had a great opportunity in the fall to go to Africa with a group of guys and look at various projects that we could get involved with. There's one in particular, a school in Burundi called the Musema School. It's similar to the project in Honduras in that it has an elementary school and a high school at it. It has 1,000 children a day taught. It's a running school, it's a boarding facility, but the situation in Burundi is absolutely desperate. 13 years of civil war in Burundi has devastated the country. It's one of the poorest countries in Africa. The children of the Musema School lived through war. Their buildings have bullet holes throughout them. The children are living well below the poverty line. They have no water, no power. The latrine facilities are inadequate. These kids have persevered through this and are now coming out the other side. They've been starved for years of education, and now they see that there's an opportunity there for them. These are kids that will do anything to go to school. It's phenomenal to be there and be a part of it and see the joy that the kids get out of learning. We see an opportunity to help and also to use what we've learned in Honduras over there as well. Mike Etherington is one of the most sincere people that I've ever met. Everything is done from the heart with Mike. He's a man of honesty and integrity, and to see his compassion makes us as a foundation and a small family foundation feel so great about partnering with him. He's someone who we can trust and someone who is working for others, not for himself.
I mean, I love adventure. Never been to Africa, but I just had this feeling that, I had to be here. I had to experience what was happening over here. I'm not really sure if I knew why I was coming, but I know the reason now. I mean, this whole trip, it's just been, for me anyways, what the doctors ordered. It's just been such a wake-up call for me, and totally eye-opening and mind-blowing, and it blew me apart. And I think in a way, I've been put back together again, and now I'm more solid. I really think that I've just been lost on this, human highway, and I think a lot of us are in the same spot. It's not a matter of, not being grateful or taking things for granted or anything like that. It's more, at least for me, just our society's negligence. It's kind of that whole, who cares attitude, who cares mentality. When you look at it on the macro level, it just seems hopeless. But when you look at the little bits of hope that there are, when you look at each person, and if you can just help even one person, the rewards are incredible. The whole point is, who is actually listening? There's a great Neil Young song called Comes a Time, and I find that relates really well. I mean, I myself am not a good listener, and it's an area that I definitely need to improve in. I think I've actually become a better listener just in these last 16 days. But even if you're listening, do you really hear the message? And does it really hit home? If it does, then, you know, there comes a time, essentially, and that time is more than near, it's now. The time is now, for me anyways, to tell this story to everybody I know. You know, starting with my family, and then after that I want to tell all my clients. You know, I'll be lucky for people to give me 30 seconds, you know, but I think some people will actually, you know, feel affected by it if I can tell the story right, and just leave it with them. And then from there, I'd like to follow up with people.
It's time to act for this country. It's time to not let it be the forgotten country. It's time for us as a developed country to step in and say, you know, we're here to help you. Open our arms and give that help that's needed.
This whole journey has just been absolutely wonderful for me. This has definitely been the most incredible 2.5 weeks of my life. It's just been, it's been quite remarkable.